All right, I'm with my man Kirby. We're back recording a podcast. The long national nightmare is over.
That's
We're
right.
we're back to comment on the start of the NFL season, the most interesting Mariners season in a while, I guess. Let's start here. How are you feeling after yesterday's game? I by the way have deliberately not listened to any commentary about the game yet.
I haven't either.
So I'm interested. We were both at the game. How are you feeling?
Nonplussed. I don't feel great about my over under 9.5, my over 9.5 wins bet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, uh, it was kind of the offensive game plan was a mystery to me.
Oh,
You're throwing the ball sideways half the time. I think you didn't you did you how many targets did Cooper Cup get? Like two,
he got three. He got
three.
three
Oh,
targets.
okay.
Yeah.
I was off by 50%. Who's our rookie standout who's going to take the top off, and we like
Oh,
him
he
so
did.
much we got rid of MVS.
I know he didn't get a target. I know that much.
Yeah, but I'm sure he was stretching the defense. I mean, JSN had a great game until he fumbled the ball, which you could see he was carrying it like a loaf of bread. That was the least surprising
Mhm.
fumble.
That was sort of right where you sit.
It
I
was right
think.
there.
Right.
It was right
Yeah.
there. And as soon
Yeah.
as I saw him catch the ball and go, I
Mhm.
go, oh shit, because when there's that downhill pursuit and the receiver doesn't really feel it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it was unsurprising. As I'm wont to do, I left with some time left on the clock
Mhm.
and beat the traffic, get home to my daughter, and so I missed the debacle at the end. Except I was
Mhm.
watching it on
Mhm.
GameCast,
Mhm.
and I was just completely unsurprised. It did not feel like a game that we had any business winning. I wouldn't say that. I mean, the Niners don't look very good.
Yeah. I'm going to answer my own question.
Please.
I felt legitimately sick after yesterday's game. I was mildly depressed. I I couldn't watch Sunday Night Football.
Oh my
I
god.
probably told Katie I was sad like five like I was hurting. That game was ours to win.
Yeah.
And the fact that they, it's 13-10, defense had played well up to that point. We let like a 70-yard drive, and Tariq Woolen, maybe you weren't in the stadium for this, but he tried for two interceptions, and altered what he was doing instead of just defensing the pass. The one against Pearsall was like crazy because that was like I had like the perfect bird's eye view of that where he kind of like stutter steps, and gave Pearsall the option to catch the ball. And then there were two folks around Kittle, and I wasn't watching on TV, so I couldn't see exactly the angles. But from where I was, it looked like it would be a batted pass at the very least,
Okay.
if not an interception. But Tariq goes and tries for the interception, just lets Kittle jump all over him, doesn't try to bat it, anything like that. Um, on the good side, JSN, wow, special teams, great. Love, he's awesome safety.
Yeah.
The run game just total barf. If you remove Darnold's scrambles, they were 24 rushes, 70 yards. And you talk about the offensive game plan being curious. Like they come out, they have that interesting kind of play action or whatever, the first pass of the game, first play of the game. Then they run Jalen Milrow up the middle. Did you see that? Like, what was happening?
That was the most. Yeah.
Mystifying.
If you're gonna do that, run him off tackle. Like,
Or I'm just saying, in the second play of the game, they like scripted, and then so fine. So let's say that was, and it didn't happen. He didn't come in the rest of the game. So like, what was the point of doing that play? I was thinking, oh, you're gonna have Milrow packages or whatever.
right. Put him out like they used to do with Cordell.
Yeah,
Slash.
yeah. What? So any other highs or lows you saw about the game itself?
Thought the offensive line looked good in pass protection.
That's right. There were no sacks except for the play where Abe Lucas runs into Darnold and strip sacks him or whatever. But the like, yeah, there weren't any sacks, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it um, felt like we had time to throw the ball. Again, we were for some reason addicted to these slip screens and horizontal passing game where I mean, again, maybe if you have Milrow taking one of those passes, like, okay, I'll buy it, but you don't have burners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it did not feel. You never felt like you were going to just march down the field. But the defense, the defense looked good.
Yeah, but at the end they could. The defense looks like a good unit. The offense has got to get it together. So what do you think? So you've been going to the first game of the season, for the last however many years. I've been to a lot of first games of the season. What was the stadium atmosphere as far as you're concerned compared to other seasons?
I thought it was hype. I thought it was loud. I thought there were plenty of Seahawks fans there. I didn't see, it's not news that the seats above the opposing team get sold to the opposing team's fans. That's generally happened for, since digital, ticket marketplace exists.
At every stadium ever, basically.
Yeah. Look in the crowd at any of these games. So I don't know. It felt super loud. People were excited. But look, what are we 3-10 over the last 13 games at home? Something ridiculous.
It's not good.
It's not. There's no home field advantage. The 12th man is gone. Because you just can't stay. I don't think people stay engaged. When you just get this mush in the middle. I mean, you just go 2 quarters without anything positive happening.
Well, the time possession thing was a killer for that too. But I think first of all, coming to the stadium is really fun because they're like people who I sit near, who I only see 4 times a year or whatever. Yeah. And you come in, you haven't seen them for a while, you fist bump like that. That part's really fun.
I got a guy across the aisle from me, old guy. I guess that I'm old now, but we got a little thing we do when we score. And
okay.
So that's my guy, and so the first time of the season, doing our thing, doing our little high five thing is it's always feels good. It feels like you're back at home.
That's good. And also things I didn't like. So I don't want pom poms on the seats.
Mm-mm. I got there. I threw it right on the ground.
We don't need a gadget like that. We should be able to be loud ourselves. And frankly, I think we will be really loud again as soon as we start winning. You just got to. I didn't realize 3-10 in the last 13. That's brutal. Big news about the Seahawks game received national attention. Undercover police opposing as 49ers fans in the stadium accordingly. I'm very curious to your thoughts.
I actually,
don't get canceled. Don't.
I had seen that and I posted immediately and I said, that's an awesome idea. They should try that with the drug dealers on 3rd and Union. I thought we were short-staffed on police. It's interesting when you can literally walk out of that stadium and get stabbed, or run into someone who's smoking meth, and yet the problem is apparently Seahawks fans berating opposing teammates. I mean, we're not talking about Dodgers versus Giants, guys getting stomped out in the parking lot. Like, what has even ever happened to cause this to be? It's just another brick in the wall in the Seattle bullshit. I just can't with these people.
It's truly unbelievable. If you were going to list the cities where, as an opposing fan, you feel least threatened, I'm sorry, Seattle tops that list. Have you been to a Mariners game? I mean, they let fans walk all over us. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. And by the way, Seattle, top 30 cities. Seattle's 4th in crime. Homeless up, drug use up. What? Anyway,
but we are number 32 in harassing the opposing fans. And we want to stay that way.
That's right.
That's
That's
so. I
right.
guess it's a preventative measure. Like it's, you know, you can either play defense or offense. So yeah, that,
By the way, what's an adjective? We ranked our recent not well recent, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. Episode we ranked our least favorite fans. So what do you think if you were to use one adjective to describe 49ers fans, what would yours be?
God, my hatred for the franchise is so much more than it is for the fans.
Oh, really?
I just eh, smug.
That's it. Yeah, that's interesting. I was gonna say insufferable, like, and kind of like entitled, as if anybody who's under 50 can remember anything good that happened. I was you might be interested in this. So since 2000, the Seahawks are 56 games over 500. That is pretty good.
Yeah,
What do you think the 49ers are?
I mean, I would imagine they are more games over 500.
No, they're under 500 since 2000.
Wow.
They're 12 games under. Head to head, we're 28 and 18 this century against the 49ers. More playoff games, all that stuff. And
Wow.
they walk around with these t-shirts that say 5 for like the 5 that they're like 30-year-olds saying they got 5 Super Bowls. I mean, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just totally ridiculous. The Seahawks Super Bowl feels like a while ago. Like the last, you know, 49ers Super Bowl was 3 times longer than that. Anyway, that's my deal with them. So your outlook for the season. So you said maybe you went over 9.5. Was that an adjusted line? I thought we were 8.5 on the season. Did you get them an adjusted line?
Yeah, I tend to pay a little bit more for my wagers given the venue
Hmm.
that I'm that I'm offshoring on.
maybe you got a plus money on that. But what's your outlook for the season? I got to say I'm cautiously optimistic because we have at Pittsburgh. You know, everybody loses a game in the first 4 games. Hopefully this is our dud, if you will. Then home New Orleans, then at the Cardinals. All those 3 are very winnable.
Cardinals look good. New Orleans does not look good. Pittsburgh, they scored a bunch against
Mm-hmm.
bad defense. I was so upset by the offensive play calling. The whole thing. We hear all offseason. Oh well, he just didn't get along with who's the old OC, whatever.
Red
The guy from the UW,
Grubsman or whatever.
whatever. The guy
Grubhead.
from the UW, Brian
Yeah.
Grubb.
Yeah.
And it's oh well, he just he made a bad call on that one, and they just didn't see eye to eye, and Grubb was passing too much, and it was just a real philosophical problem. And so he brings in his guy, and Kubiak. I just the name, the lineage, the
He was a
Bronco.
Bronco. He was
Bronco
like was he a Bronco failure or a Bronco success? I
he
don't
was a
even know.
Bronco. Now he was a Bronco, like meh. He
Okay.
was, um, but okay, he did great things in New Orleans or whatever, and you hear all this. The whole offseason talk track for the franchise was like, well, we got that figured out. We
Well,
got the right program in place. We got the right, we got the right guy, and then we just come out and see this. It looked kind of like the same BS with like less talent, except the offensive line played better. So like,
well, I was listening to like we're gonna have a bunch of 3 tight end packages, and we're gonna go jumbo, and we're gonna be zone blocking, and we're gonna be running and all this stuff, and then when I saw the first like couple series, to me, it was like, were you saying that to try to like fool the opponent as to what you were actually gonna do?
yeah,
Okay. Sports betting. How was your first week?
Did I not send you the thing that I was sending my friends last night?
No, I don't think
Uh,
so.
uh, uh, I had the worst beat I've had in a long time last night.
On Bill's game.
Yeah, I parlayed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the five following things.
Okay.
Um, Over 5.5 touchdowns total
For the game.
for the
5 for the
game.
same game.
For the
Okay.
game. For the
Okay.
game. Um, Ravens win first half. Ravens win, giving 2.5. Total points, over 54,
Mm-hmm.
and Ravens money line win.
Okay.
Okay. There's 4 minutes left in the game, and I'm up 15.
Right.
I'm counting the money, Busby. I mean,
Yeah.
it was and I put a GSL on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was real.
Mm-hmm.
4x. I was going to start the football season with basically double my stake.
Yes.
That's sitting in that account, and I was already spending the money. I was like, wow, I guess I'll up my unit bets this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I'm sitting there, I could not fucking believe it. I was texting with my wife. She's not watching the game, and she's trying to go to sleep in Denver. I'm like, God, are you seeing this bullshit? God, can you believe this? Like, we're gonna lose this game. And sure enough, like, they just chucked it. They chucked it. There's no way that could have happened. That one money was mine, and it just this stream of horrific events, and so I was quite sad.
I can see that. I wish, you got to put me on those texts next time. I just
Alice would probably appreciate it if I text you instead of her.
Yeah, well, my picks were not great. I went 1-4 in my contest this year or this week, and like I'm usually big on the dogs in week 1, and they just none of the dogs really covered unless you played Thursday or Friday. But I'm gonna bounce back. Okay, we were originally gonna do this this pod on Thursday or Friday because at that time we were in a little Mariners group thread and we said it might be time for an emergency podcast because the Mariners they're spinning out of control. Luckily they've won the last 2 games. They have 19 games left as of this moment. Kirby, do you think they make the playoffs? Yes or no?
I've thought a lot about this. I think they're going to miss the playoffs by 1 game.
No, man.
I think they're going to get swept by the Dodgers at the end of the season. I think they're going to split, or they're not going to sweep the Astros. That the division's out of reach. Texas is looking good in the rear view. Kansas City, who knows? I think you have to. I don't think you can play 500 ball and make the playoffs from here. And I just don't see this team being better than 500 the way that they're currently playing. I mean, I gun to my head, I think they missed the playoffs.
It's crazy because they're 5 games over 500. I mean, that's it. When I go around and talk to people around the country for your work or whatever, Mariners, they got a great squad this year. It's like I've been to 10 games. I know I've told you this. I've been to 10 games and I've seen the Mariners lose 10 times. So that's obviously a statistical anomaly. Like, that's really weird. The likelihood that would happen is very low. I get it, but it's put a real bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have the Astros and Dodgers, like you said. They have the Cardinals, the Angels, the Royals, and the Rockies. Probably the Royals is maybe one of the key games. Not that they're probably not the threat to catch us. It probably is Texas, like you're saying. But Cardinals this week, they're a 500 team exactly. You have to win that series, and then you got 4 against the Angels. You have to probably win that series too. Then they win both the next 2 series, they're probably in. Anything less, I agree, probably not. What do you think's gone wrong the last few weeks?
They got rid of Dylan Moore, and it's just been
Mm-hmm.
south ever since. Um,
Are you trolling my son, who has a
God,
Dylan Moore jersey? That was his big investment.
that's I mean, it was a big investment for the franchise. No, I think they're pitching. I mean, the pitching's kind of doing what you would expect pitching to do. We've talked about this before. You're counting on guys who had career years last year to have career years again. You're counting on a couple of those guys to pitch, their first ever full major league season through the playoffs. It's great that Brian Wu has gone 6 innings like 22 times, but it's also not great because now he's gone 6 innings 22 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you just whiffed on the bullpen. Turd Ferguson is playing to the lowest. He's playing to his bear case. Spire seems wildly unreliable. I mean, when you're excited to hear Bizzardo come in, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they just have a real leverage relief problem. And when you've got tired arms in your rotation, I mean, Bryce Miller has been back for 3 from being injured. Like, I can't count on him. Wu's tired. Logan's just completely unreliable. The Rock is the Rock. I'll say, we're sure glad we have Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirby's just got monkeys in his, crawl space. Like, that guy was like just nails, just mentally tough, just reliable, and he can't stop himself from going on tilt when he doesn't have his location. Instead of throwing pitches out of the strike zone trying to find it, he just grooves it out of pure spite. I mean, it's almost like the kind of problems that the lineup was having, some of these mental challenges, Julio chasing and Calby, early on. It's like the rotation has those kind of problems now.
So what's the case that would have to happen for the Mariners to go on a run and seriously make the World Series? There's a chance of that, and I'm gonna lay it out. Like you're right that the pitchers have not, they haven't matched what they did last year, but I would say that they're on balance. They're pitching this year a little bit less than their average. Like they're having a little bit of a down year so far. And so if they regress to the mean a little bit, put on a little bit of a, we get a couple of 1-run games in a row, that kind of thing. And then Mariners, I think, have the worst batting average or OPS or whatever with runners in scoring position in the league, or their bottom 5, which I don't think it's because they're not clutch or whatever. Like, some of that's just like random.
Yeah.
If that's in the middle of the pack, I think they could get on a really big run. Will they do it? I don't know, but that's the case. That's the case for it.
Yeah, they've got it in the bag. They've got that club in the bag. There's no question. They can be a dominant team. Be a nightmare. They can peel off, 10 out of 13. I think they're going to have to do something like that to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because somebody's going to get hot.
Yeah. And I feel like they've already done it a couple times this year, and it just doesn't feel like they got the gas in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
and I really hope I'm wrong. And also, it's the Mariners sort of post traumatic stress disorder. You just don't believe it till you see it. We have been in this position. I didn't do the numbers, but let's call it like 5 of the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
We made the playoffs once, but since we kind of got out of the 15-year rut of really sucking, where you were just like, we were out of it by June 1st,
Mm-hmm.
for forever.
What do we call this? The Seager years.
Oh man, I mean the Dustin Ackley years. The Jeff Cirillo years.
The Smoke-O-Motive years.
Smoke-O-Motive. The Condor.
Yeah, Condor.
I mean, the marketing. Kevin Martinez deserves all the pay raises he's gotten. He's a genius. He's made it fun during times where there was nothing fun about the product on the field.
Yeah, what do they call it? The Cannes Lions Award.
Yeah.
For best marketer in the world.
They should just be flying him private every year to pick up that award. But so it's been. I mean, relatively speaking, it's been good. But it's been good to the extent where you're just like, still not. You're just not convinced. You can't feel. Like I think when we were doing well, I think it was maybe like the end of July,
All-Star breaky somewhere around
July
there.
25th or something. Yeah. I put it out there. I said we're not making the playoffs, and then I just keep on retweeting it. Mm-hmm. It's an evergreen tweet to say that Mariners won't make the playoffs.
You going to any of the games? Homestand this week?
No, I have got so much travel coming up. I'm going to New York tomorrow morning, and I'm basically gone for the next month. So I just can't. The days I'm here, I can't go. Which is too bad because I think I think tonight will be a fun game to go to see if they can put it together.
Yeah, and by the way, I like when the Cardinals are in town. I mean, they got a classy organization all the way around. Honestly, yeah, really. What's not to like? I'm going on Friday with my tennis team. Shout out, guys, and then Saturday as well. So hopefully we end the weekend doing good. Kirby, good to see you. We haven't decided what our schedule is going to be this year, but we'll tweet back and forth and figure that out.
Yeah, but hey, what about? I thought we got a wild card. I thought I got.
Wild card.
It's okay, basically just call it a peeve for me because that's all I want to talk about.
Hit us up with a peeve.
So, I'm of a certain age. Mm-hmm. I don't. When I go to a restaurant and I want to have a beer, I just want to have a Coors Light or a Rainier. I want a macro beer. I want a beer that doesn't give me a hangover, that doesn't make me drunk after I have 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I just want a friggin' macro beer. Mm-hmm. And man, almost everywhere you go now, you go, can I have a Coors Light? They go, well, we've got the lightest we have is a Mexican lager. I go, oh, like Pacifico? They're like, yeah, well, no, not Pacifico. It's like Johnny Trotz's Mexican special. Some fucking microbrew that you can't get. Even the lagers and pilsner, they're like, well, yeah, no, it's Manny's like backdoor bubbles. I don't want any of that shit. All of that. I don't want some microbrew. They're not. They can't make Heineken. Mm-hmm. They can't make Rainier. They can't make Coors Light, and they really don't want to. And so, but that's what I want. I think that's what a lot of people want, anecdotally speaking. It's just, I just want a Coors Light. And I think it's a Seattle problem more so than, like, you go to places a little bit closer to the center of the country, you're going to get your, you got your
choice. You got your choice of men.
Yeah.
Bud or Miller.
No, that's right. But I'm sick and tired of going, and then they talk to you. They talk to me like I'm the asshole. Like they're like, well, we don't have that, but if you must, there's a Dusky Pilsner. It's like, God, give me a break. Anyway, that's been top of mind. I complain about that frequently, and I'm glad to have had the opportunity to complain about it again.
Yeah, good.
What about you? You got any extras? Positive, negative? Recommendations? Peeves?
I've been trying to wrap my head around the Sonics and the fact that it seems like the earliest they might come back is 27, 28. And it feels like we're being jerked around by Silver for like Mexico City or something like that. So I'm not even sure 50-50 we're going to get a franchise. And then it's also, I think that all these other owners, you know, I mean, the owners want the money. They don't want to split the TV money. And I just think it's shitty. So, that's my thing. We'll put on the show notes for this. Not a lot of positive opinions in this episode, but that's where I am.
Yeah, well, I double down on that. I don't know if you've been to some NBA games. You've got
Yes, I
quality
have.
seats,
Yeah, we got some pretty good
and maybe
seats.
this quality of the seats makes up for the play on the court. But I watch the NBA and I just go, I'd have to. I literally it has to be the Sonics or
Mm,
I won't watch
mm,
it.
mm. I find it really compelling that
Okay.
playoff basketball anyway. And then being up close is fun, but
Yeah.
I want a team that I can be as angry at as I am
Yeah.
with my other teams.
As a Seattleite, you have the right to have a team to be angry about in every league.
Yes, that's right. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Okay. All
All right.
right, Kirby, good to see you.
Good to see you, bud.